I'm DaddyPop, and today we're going to be replacing a doorknob. This is an interior doorknob. I thought it would be fun, since they'd seen me replacing several, show the steps involved, particularly because this is a manufactured home. Sometimes there are a few adjustments that you don't run into with a stick-built home. So the tools I'll be using today: flat screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a hammer, and a doorknob, and a Forstner bit. Okay, this is a 1-inch Forstner bit. Inside the doorknob package, just as a quick set, there aren't a lot of pieces here. Doorknob, 2 pieces. Screws go on one side. The mechanism, which is adjustable for 2 different sizes of door hole. The springy part. This part we're going to take off. Familiar strike plate, silver circle, and a bunch of screws, including the screws that go through the doorknob and the ones that go into the wood. This bit is super handy for drilling a flat bottomed hole. It was invented about 130 years ago by Benjamin Forstner, a very interesting guy, an inventor and a gunsmith. He was making these things in order to make guns better, more easily. And he patented it and made a lot of money. So, pretty phenomenal person to research. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are at the door. This is our pantry door. It gets used a lot. Open and closed many times a day, which means it was the first doorknob in the house to finally fail with a manufactured home. Original doorknob is probably 20-some years old. And what you'll notice is the mechanism has to come through here, and it doesn't have the rectangular inset that a lot of doors do. That's really the only thing special about this job. This is about a 6-minute job if you've got your tools out and you've done one before. We've got Dot here. She's done a lot of doorknobs. She's a big help, so this will go pretty quickly. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on this mechanism. This flat piece obviously is not needed, right? It would stick out. So we want to pop that off there. Flat screwdriver to get those apart. And then it comes off in 2 pieces. And those are to be discarded. That's not going to be used for this house. The silver circle pops on here and fits onto these little knobs that keeps it in place. So that's going to fit on something like that and push down until it clicks. Before I do that, observe that the hole itself is not the right size. Alright, so this is a 1-inch silver circle. This is something like 13/16 or some odd size that doesn't quite fit. So we're going to drill it out with the Forstner bit, getting that real centered first on slow speed. We want to confirm our sizes, so we'll take Dot's 1-inch knuckle-to-knuckle measuring, and we'll just confirm, yep, 1 inch, and yep, 1 inch. So we're good to go. Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to go to a depth that is sufficient to bring this thing snug up into the edge of the door. This is really soft wood. It's kind of sawdust and wasp spit, so it's going to fall apart with an ordinary drill bit. In my experience, you just don't want to rely on this for a lot. It's decent for an interior door, but if you ended up hanging onto this after a shipwreck, you're going to be floating in the ocean trying to hang onto this thing, and it's going to dissolve like snow on a sunny day. I'm going to get this real centered. Slow speed. Alright, that's about the depth we need. The silver circle here has a couple of cleats on the top and on the bottom, just to keep it from turning once it's in place. So what we want to do is give a little bit of allowance for that, and the way I found works pretty good is to get it nice and vertical. Just mark the locations where those 4 cleats are with a pencil, and then take something like a small saw and just make a little bit of a ditch right in there. 3 or 4 strikes on each line, just enough that those cleats have a spot that they want to be. You don't want to overdo it. can erase those marks. Good. Give it a good little blow. Alright.
Okay. Now.
Next step, we're going to put this on and push until it clicks. Let you do that one, Dot.
Because we're getting the dot in the
Yeah,
right?
It's a dot job. Both sides?
Not quite. There. Got it.
Yeah, let's take a look. Alright. Which way should it be? This way? Or that way?
This way.
Yes. Slow down. Line up those pleats. Good. Good now. Okay, just
kind of getting a snap.
what we do is we just push this in and kind of tap it like a paint can in a circle. Alright.
Now what?
Alright, we've got a working mechanism. We just need to put that doorknob in there. Fortunately, Dot is excellent at that job. Take it away, Dot.
Well, which side goes up?
Good question.
Yeah, it goes like this, right?
Do we want the screws showing to everybody? Or only the people that hide in the pantry?
Only the people that hide.
Alright, something like that.
I could do it.
You can do that.
I just want one
Okay,
screw.
take one.
There's these things, so we gotta get that in. Right. Which things? Well, see the bumps in there?
It's shaped like a moon on one side.
Yeah, and then the other side it won't fit. So we have to make sure that this moon shape is on there. I'm trying to get this screw into the little holes up here.
On the other side?
Yeah, so I might as well just stick it through and get it in.
So a couple of ideas as you make your final adjustments here. As these screws get super tight, the doorknob will get too tight to turn. Could potentially bind and actually not spring back. So that's something to think about. Also, you've got old paint to think about. Can you match it? Are you going to move that doorknob up, down? There's a little bit of play there. Try to line it up with the old circle. Maybe you've got a different style of doorknob and it doesn't line up with that circle at all. It's probably best to paint the door before the doorknob goes on. And then lastly, as this thing lines up with the hole in the jamb, you've got this mechanism in here that's maybe 3 inches long, and it's going to tilt like this a little bit. So if this is missing the hole, you've got a little bit of play that lowering the doorknob maybe makes the spring part a little higher, or vice versa. So as you make your final adjustments, just keep those in mind. Open and close it a few times, check your alignment, and then we'll put on the strike plate, and we'll be done.
So we got our screwdriver and we're just going to drive it in, and starting with the top one so it doesn't just fall over. When it's getting close up, you're just going to slow down and trying to line up the screw right up with the hole. Sometimes it doesn't work as good as others, but this time it worked.
Another tool you may find handy is a very stubby type screwdriver like this one. This is a Craftsman, but for some doorknobs you may find it difficult to get the screws tight with a typical screwdriver. Usually I think they design them so that you can get by them with a long screwdriver, but something like this really lets you get that short distance screw nice and snug. This one's reversible with the flat on the other side. So that's how we replace a doorknob. Thanks for watching DaddyPop and Dot. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching.